Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we are going to unlock a truly timeless story from India. It's all about a magical pearl, a palace literally made of light, and the incredibly dangerous, all-consuming power of human greed.
So how can a simple little folktale about a fish and a pearl tell us something profound about who we are? Well, we're diving deep into this classic moral tale. It's one of those stories that gets passed down for generations because it speaks to a conflict that's just fundamental to being human. We're going to break down the anatomy of virtue, greed, and the consequences that always seem to follow.
Our story kicks off where so many great stories do, with the hero in a serious crisis. We meet a man who's been pushed right to the very edge, and he's facing a society that has basically just shut him out.
So on one side, you've got our hero, Arjun. He's an honest fisherman, but he's so poor he can't even afford medicine for his sick mother. And on the other side, you've got Dhani Ram, the village's richest moneylender, a guy who is the walking, talking definition of arrogant. This isn't just about money. It is a fundamental clash of character, right from the start.
So when Arjun goes to beg for just a small loan, Dhani Ram's response is just brutal. He says, "I don't give loans to beggars like you." That one line tells you everything you need to know. It's not a business decision, it is pure dripping contempt. He doesn't just say no, he goes out of his way to humiliate Arjun, and in doing so, he pretty much seals his own fate.
All right, so every normal, conventional door has been slammed in Arjun's face. All hope seems lost, and that is exactly when the story takes a turn, and things get, well, magical. An ancient power is about to enter the picture, and it's ready to tip the scales of fate. Arjun's out on the water, another long day catching absolutely nothing. And then, finally, his net snags a single shimmering fish. But this is no ordinary fish. It actually speaks to him. It reveals that it's a Mayavi fish, a magical, shape-shifting being, and it makes him a promise, a priceless pearl, but only if he sets it free. And Arjun, being the good guy he is, agrees. He sets the fish free. His compassion is bigger than his desperation. He gets the pearl, but his good fortune is immediately met with human corruption. He takes it to the local merchant, a guy named Seth Tharmdas, who instantly sees how valuable this pearl is. And seeing how naive Arjun is, he cheats him, buying this priceless gem for next to nothing.
And that first little act of deception? Oh, that was just the beginning. Now the story's villains are about to team up, and their small-time greed is going to snowball into a full-blown criminal conspiracy. You see, the Mayavi fish wasn't done. In this absolutely stunning display of magical gratitude, it rewards Arjun's virtue one more time. He pulls up his net and it's overflowing with hundreds of these priceless pearls. He's not just able to buy medicine now, he's suddenly unbelievably rich. But, of course, that kind of fortune never ever goes unnoticed. And this is where things just spiral out of control and fast. Seth, the merchant, sees Arjun's new haul and runs straight to Dhani, the moneylender. Their shared jealousy just boils over into this violent plan. They don't just want to steal the pearls, they want Arjun gone. So the plot goes from deception to conspiracy to hiring robbers and finally to attempted murder. Okay, so this is it. The classic turning point in the hero's journey. Just when our hero seems completely defeated, he's been beaten, robbed, left for dead, he wakes up in a whole new realm. A place where he's about to be given the ultimate tools for justice.
So, the bad guys think their plan worked perfectly. They've got the pearls, and Arjun is, well, he's history. But they couldn't be more wrong. He awakens, not in the afterlife, but washed up on the shore of this strange, beautiful, and completely unknown island.
And what he sees there is something straight out of a dream, a massive, magnificent palace made entirely of glowing pearls. Its walls are literally emitting light, and its domes are studded with gems that glitter like the night sky. This isn't just a building, it's a symbol of the magical justice that's about to be served.
Inside, he meets this beautiful princess, and she reveals the story's biggest secret. She was the Mayavi fish. She was the one who tested him, she was the one who rewarded him, and when those robbers threw him into the sea, it was she who saved him from drowning.
And just like that, Arjun is no longer a victim. The princess arms him with more wealth, yeah, but more importantly, she arms him with knowledge, the full truth of the whole conspiracy against him. And, crucially, she gives him a brilliant plan to turn his enemy's greatest weakness, their own bottomless greed, against them.
And now we get to the final act. The roles are completely reversed.
Arjun is no longer the poor fisherman begging for help. He's the master of this game now, and the villain's own greed is about to become the very thing that brings them down.
And the plan is it's perfect. It's so elegant. Arjun doesn't go back looking for violent revenge. Nope. He just shows up back in the village, a man of incredible wealth, with a mansion and land, and just as the princess predicted, Thaniram and Seth are eaten alive by envy. They demand to know his secret. So Arjun tells them exactly what the princess told him to say, a secret path to the Pearl Palace that only the truly, truly greedy would be foolish enough to follow.
So they get to the palace, and of course they immediately demand even more pearls than Arjun had. And that's when the princess reveals who she really is. In a flash of magical light, they find themselves trapped in a cage, prisoners of the very treasure they were after. The story ends in this perfect poetic symmetry. Arjun's virtue brings him wealth, respect, and, most importantly, health for his mother. The villain's greed? It gets them in eternal prison.
So, yeah, the story wraps up with this really satisfying, neat little bow. But it leaves us with this big, looming question, doesn't it? See, these tales aren't just for entertainment. They're like psychological maps. They trap their villains in magical cages, but they're also a timeless reminder that the forces they represent, that envy, that arrogance, that bottomless desire for more, they aren't so easily contained out here, in our world. Justice might triumph in the story, but that choice between Arjun's compassion and Dhanaram's greed, that's a choice we all face, every single day.